Hello, traders. Welcome to another new week, which we're going to be analyzing the market and see what it's actually going to give us. So, I'm going to be looking at GU. This past week, we actually had 11 trades that went all into profit. So, it was a 100% win rate. We had some trades also on gold. You can see these are some of the trades which we took actually. On the Wednesday, we had two buys because we actually targeted this position. This was actually an order block on the 15 minute, which I sent in the group. A very nice order block at that end. And we had two buys. The market first of all bought and had to pull back, and we got in to target this. It was actually a nice 1:3 win rate ratio. And also on the Friday, we actually had a sell and a buy as well on this particular market. And if you want to look at some of the trades on Friday, I actually sent a setup on gold as well, which went into profit. You can see this is the market. It went to 99 pips, getting 100 pips actually. We're targeting this area, but immediately it reached here, it hit our first take profit and reverses back. So gold was actually in a very high demand. A lot of people got liquidated at this area. We're expecting the market to pull. That's why it's always important to also observe price. So in this video particularly, I'm going to be looking at GBPUSD. So I'm going to see what the market is going to give us this week. First, I will like to look at the higher time frame and see what the market is actually giving us on the 1 week time frame, just to have an overview. So if we want to look at the 1 week time frame, we will say that GU is actually bearish. If we look on the 1 week time frame, we'll see that GU is actually bearish. We could see the market had a pull up from this area. We had a pull at that area, but finally have a break here, which gives us a bearish momentum. And you see the buyers are getting in, and GU taps now into this order block. So you can see GU tapping into this order block. For now, on the 1 week, we'll say GU is bearish, but you can't really say you are going to have a clear opportunity at this level. GU has been ranging this past week because we were expecting for GU to actually clear. There's a lot of liquidity line here. It's actually a bearish market, but which level is it going to be best for us to sell from? So we're going to go to the lower time frame. This is just an overview from the higher time frame to see what the market is actually giving us. So we know it's actually bearish. If we go to and now you can see that this is the recent high that actually formed uh, the recent low we're having. So everything lies in between here. So it's actually a consolidating market for now. So if we want to go to the daily time frame and see what we have, pretty much, so you can see clearly now what I was talking about the consolidating market. And you can see a nice supply zone line right up here. So doing anything from here, it's quite risky. But as a day traders, you can always have opportunities which you can take. So from here, I'm just going to mark the recent high and low that was being formed in the market, and we can see that from there. And everything we're going to be looking at is going to be based on the zone, putting in mind that we having a lot of liquidity line up here, and the market might actually want to pull up into this area to sell from. So we have a very nice area there. So if I want to use my Fibonacci to know at what level the price is actually reacting at from my recent high to my recent low, you can see it is in the 50% Fibonacci level, but price actually tap at the 70% range at this area to sell from, right? And now what next? What is actually going to be our next decision? We can't make anything from here. We move to the 1 hour time frame. What is the market telling us on the 1 hour time frame? So a lot is actually happening here now. We can see that. We can see a lot of rejections that happen at this level. A lot of rejections happen at this level. There's been price has been resisting to break this area. It pulled into this level, pulled into the supply zone, got a sell from there, and finally now taps into this area. It's currently at this supply zone that will be on the 15-minute supply zone. Now this buy actually happened at this level. It actually happened at this order block, and we have a lot of liquidity lying here. So the formation of the Asian range is actually going to help us to know exactly our next move in the market. So you can see this, we have a very big zone line up here. We have a very big zone line up there, which price could react from. So that is the best zone to sell. And if you say you want to be selling from here, from this level, you're waiting for price to pull and tap again into this zone to sell, and you target this demand zone right down here. What you want to be looking at now is going to be the risk to reward ratio. Your stop loss is going to be somewhere right above there, because you can see a very clear imbalance here which the market still needs to fill. And so your stop loss is actually going to be big, and now you're going to be having a 1:1, which is not actually good, So we do want to move to the 15 minutes time frame and look for a more better positioning. At least if you want to sell somewhere around there, that will be a 1:2 risk reward ratio, and that will be around the 70% Fibonacci level, which actually makes sense. So just giving you an overview of what you should be able to expect in the market, but putting in mind that we have a lot of liquidity lying there above that area. So we have a lot of liquidity lying there, so expect these are actually the levels which price can react from. So we have this level and we have this level, but definitely we want to look for more selling opportunities, having an overview from the higher time frame, knowing that GBPUSD is very much already on a bearish momentum. So I will be expecting a sell on the market on GU. Be expecting a sell on GU. But if we should have otherwise, then definitely what I want to see is a confirmation. What I want to see is a confirmation before entry. very, very much important. If you could see a change of character in whatever direction, then look and see if you get to see a fair value gap also from that zone. It's going to give you a high probability trade. So this is actually what I'm looking forward for this week on GU. I'm looking for selling opportunities. So we have a level at this area, but if you're taking a trade from this zone, bear in mind that you're going to have um, the stop loss is actually going to be really, really massive. So you want to sell from at least the 70% range of the Fibonacci, 70 to 80%. That is going to be a good zone for you to sell at. And also take note of the Asian range that is going to be formed, and which we have the accumulation. So what you need to expect, always expect to see the manipulation. And when you see that clearly, then you can now follow the trend of the market and you make your profits.